What to do when you hit the wall in your writing. Hello and welcome, or welcome back to my writing journey. I'm Ellen Byerrum, a mystery writer who also pens thrillers, children's books, short stories, and plays. In addition, I was a job safety reporter for many years in Washington, and I dealt with a lot of DC types, both frightening and funny. There were people who fought hard to protect our rights, and others who didn't care about people. The latter make good villains, interesting as characters, but not as human beings. They're still hanging around the capital city trying to hawk heresy like the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, but more on that later. In these videos, I discuss various aspects of reading and writing and how they affect our work. Sometimes I include a little fun industry information or gossip. If that sounds interesting, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for that all-important algorithm. And no, I don't really understand it. Today, I am thinking about the moment when your writing hits the proverbial wall and comes to a screeching stop. That recently happened to me and my current work in progress, the sequel to CROOK Tales for Two, which is tentatively titled These Crooked Things. This book, the new book, takes up where the last book ended and is set in the waning days of 1934. I am mixing in events in New York City, touching on murders, gangsters, very rich folk, the theater and actors and playwrights, and Thanksgiving, when the Macy's parade irritated local drivers, according to the local papers. I reached the 100-page mark and wasn't quite sure where I was heading. I am not an obsessive outliner, but I generally have an idea where I'm going. Reaching page 100 is a good marker for me because by then the characters and the action, the forward movement are set up. The different threads and subplots are ready to be braided together. But I wasn't sure how. What to do? I took a long walk at twilight with my most trusted editor, friend, and someone who has read all my books and is familiar with all my characters. My husband, master editor, Bob Williams. We strolled a couple of miles while I told him about the book. When you articulate your book, or even a short story, you might hear things you never heard before. You make connections. Oh, this should happen here. I need a new character there. Something dramatic has to happen. Or somebody needs to stumble over another body, then discover who the body belongs to and why it is here. At that point, your trusted friend says, "You didn't tell me that." That makes everything different. Your trusted companion, your sounding board, doesn't even have to talk much. They simply have to listen while you sort things out in your mind, which you can later transfer to paper or your computer. You might find you could drop a character or two, or you need a character, or you need a lighter moment somewhere to balance the darkness of a scene. You have to remember you're writing a mystery and count the suspects and the clues. Or if you're dealing with a romantic subplot, and please have a spot of romance somewhere. Ramp up the tension, the will they, won't they moments. If there is a different subplot, assess whether it has a different tone, the right tone perhaps in comic notes. I returned from that walk feeling satisfied, knowing a way to go, and of course, plot points that I must explore and a few characters I need to meet. And now I have a 3-hitman problem. It's an interesting situation to have, and it raises questions. Are they aware of each other? Who's hired them? What are the motives for each, and why are they all gunning for the same guy? I recommend long walks, or if swimming is your thing, then go to the pool, or the golf course, or even hide away in a dark movie theater. Something that takes your mind away from worrying about your book. When you slow down, you realize you don't have to go with the first instinct, the easy answer, the cliched story. If you are an outliner, you don't have to slavishly follow the outline because all of a sudden your story has shifted. Your characters decided to take another turn, a fascinating turn. They started telling you what they want, and maybe the best course is to listen to them. Hitting the wall is not a reason to quit. It's a chance to take a break to reassess. You can make it better, louder, faster, funnier, or more heart-wrenching. Don't be afraid if your characters make you cry. Remember, No tears in the writer, no tears in the reader. When you slow down, other words may come to you that are more lyrical, more interesting, more compelling. Maybe all you need to do is breathe. Take a moment and breathe. You have a book or a story or a play to write or to read. You might have to make a comment right here. Please do. If you are in the U.S., you also have to vote this November. It is our duty, our right, and our privilege. So we must make sure our registration is right, that our identification matches the voting rolls. There are villains afoot trying to take that right away. That's all I have for now, and I'll see you next time as I ponder my book. Bye.